I know when it comes to stuff like that, I know it's stressful.
Right.
Because the way he be trying to, like, he'll sit there and crunch their numbers, and I'd be like, bro, like, I know it's a lot of work.
It is.
Yeah.
My best friend, he had got his house 3 years ago, and it was a process. It took him 9 months. It wasn't that he had the money, he had the credit, just that it's competition out there. A lot of people want that same house.
That's another issue too. I didn't even know competition was the issue when it came down to house.
Yeah.
I thought you just go to the house, hey, I want it, and then because now I see like the way the market is, like nobody's buying houses. Mm-hmm. Like people rather rent.
Yeah, this the best time right now. Yeah. This the best time. You want that house, you gonna get it. You know, but when the money go down, that's when everybody like, I either wanna get in the buying, the flipping, or the fixing it up, or just want to buy a new house.
Yeah.
But now it's like just like went on. In 08, I was a jit, so I was 17, 16, 17.
When the recession happened.
Yeah, when the recession happened. Now I understand, like, okay, when the recession happened, or when we go through our next thing, let me buy up stocks and bonds. Let me, instead of like being scared or sell the stocks I have now, like just buy them up.
Yeah,
so
of course.
3-5 years from now, I'll be a millionaire.
Yeah, that.
So
it's like I was listening to Jay-Z on Monday,
right?
And he's like what he did when he said he bought a picture for $2 million and it's now worth $10 million, and I'm like, dang, like the price of stuff. But then at that time when they're like, buy it, you're like, nah, I don't want to buy it. And it's all about taking chances too.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's get in your nonprofit. Explain your nonprofit.
I mean, it was it's a collective idea that me and my friend have. Savannah, she's like top of it, and it was like it's called the Montana Project, and her and I it's the whole focus on it was just people, they like to feed people, but then after you feed them, like how are they gonna like brush your teeth, or how are they gonna like put deodorant on, or will they be able to wash their mouth, or even like bathe? Because they'll be allowed to go to like a shelter and bathe. But if they bathe, they're gonna need soap and stuff. So we started a nonprofit called the Montana Project, and it's just something where like we want to help people. We feed people, but it's more about like giving them more about like hygiene and stuff too, because people forget about that. So it's like it's focused on like hygiene. And also, we wanted to we're trying to build it in a way where it can become like an after school program where it's like for the community, where we have enough funds where we can have tutors help kids. It's just to eliminate all these killings of these kids. Because one thing that I'm big on, like what Papa Keith said. From 103.5 to B, he's like, he has this thing where it's like 24-hour ceasefire, and it's like, if we can get as much kids as possible in these after school programs, imagine how much killings would stop, or how much of these things would be eliminated. So that's where our mindset is right now. We're planning a turkey drive and Thanksgiving, so we're working really hard.
Yeah, because people always talk about like Chicago and stuff. I'm like, down here,
that Chicago stuff is serious.
It's serious, but like down here, like me, one of my close friends, he had put me up on game. I ain't realize it. Like I realized it, but I ain't really realize it. Florida really have we not a state known for gangs, even though people try to have gangs, but it's not known for that. It's known by like where you from, what neighborhood you from. And the amount of killings that happen, on a daily basis,
it's equivalent to what's in Chicago,
right? And it's like, but we don't celebrate that culture.
Yeah.
It just people understand. It's like down here is like it's just crazy. Like people killing for people for money, or
and
dude cheated on his wife and he killed the person that he thought that was pregnant,
and it was not even the
like it's like. When you hear stories and stuff about that, and then the mass shootings and stuff, what happened in Parkland, like, it's like you be like, man, like we always complain about what we don't have, but we have just like how you and your homegirl have like the whole like nonprofit,
yeah,
and like trying to turn it to because I worked with the county before with the at the school program.
Yeah.
You know, we was working with inner city kids, so the program was free. So we was just like, I was just like at the time, I'm just like, we need more of this. You know, not even just in the inner city, but like even in the suburbs, because people don't realize in the suburbs it may not be that much. It may not be as much crimes as far as like killings, but you got these kids selling weed and dope and stuff.
Yeah, of course, man. Like and like when we were just sitting down, it was like, man, like. You got people that's my age, they don't even get to see.
Right.
Like, they don't even get to see 22.
Yeah, because they either die or they go to jail.
They go to jail. And, like, I got one of my cousins, he got locked up, and it was over something where it was not even his fault.
Right.
It was just, like, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Mm-hmm. And he was supposed to go to after school program, but he was like, nah, man, it's not for me. It's not gonna look good. I'm gonna look lame. And that's the problem with these kids now. They're like, they just want to go with the trend. Like, oh, I'm gonna just go to the crib and vibe, or let me go smoke something. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you want to go smoke, go do that. But to be honest, it's like the way things is going now, it don't really look good.
It's crazy, man. Like when I went to California, and I forgot weed is legal. You know what I'm saying?
I know you was panicking.
Yeah, I don't smoke. I don't smoke at all. But I'm just saying, like, I seen an advertisement that was like, you have to be 21 or older, something like that, to smoke marijuana. And I was just like, damn, like the shit is actually legal. So like, you know, down here we thinking about like drinking and stuff like that. But to see these kids drink and smoke like at like younger age and stuff, I'm like, bro, y'all understand like what y'all doing? Like, I don't even do that. You know what I'm saying?
Some people they do it for recreational, but I know people like they do it because you know they cataracts.
Yeah,
or, like they about to go on stage and they just gonna take a little smoke and then they go on the stage just for anxiety. Yeah, but they just do it just for recreation.
Yeah, like it's like for me when it comes to like marijuana, I believe in medical marijuana because you know when I did this, because I remember when I was at Broad College, I don't know how the hell I won, but I did so much research. So basically, I was saying, which is true. Like, I was my argument, because I was against for marijuana. Because a lot of people don't know, like, it's a reason why I'm against it. Because of you know growing up and shit, I seen a lot. But I was telling them, like, you know, it's a research that people with like migraine issues, it's a 20 I think it was like 20-25% chance that marijuana could like kind of
cause that.
Like not even just cause it, but like even make it worse if you already have like migraine issues and stuff like that. So it's like that's why I always say like drinking, smoking and stuff ain't really meant for everybody.
Nah, it's
you know what I'm saying? Like, do you enjoy what you got to do, whatever, but whatever. Cause we all got advice.
Yeah, of course.
But it's just when it comes to the kids, though, it's just like that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, even like you know these kids being more sexual now too. It's like damn, bro. Like,
and that's the thing. Like it's scary, man. Cause I got a little sister, and we'll sit there and we watch the TV, and I'm like, bro, like there's like two lesbians. I'm like, yo, just give them a chance to make the decision first. Like you throwing it out there, now they're gonna be like, ooh, I want to do it, but like you're not giving them the age to like understand, like them do it themselves. You guys are like forcing them, like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I'm glad you brought that up because that's something. You know, I know a lot of gay people, a lot of lesbians and stuff. Like, but even some of them said it. They was like, I wouldn't let my niece and nephew or my kid watch a show that showed that type of stuff or any type of like stuff, like any sexual stuff. And when they like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, like when they teenagers, they could watch that show. Yeah. Like they could watch it. They could see, we could talk about it, but I just feel like in this era, it's like everything's kind of getting forced into these kids.
Plus, everybody's sensitive. Like, you can't say certain words. Like, you gotta watch what you say. Even like right now, we talking right now. We gotta say something before we gotta say something. Like what you just said. Like, imagine if you just said like, "Nah, my friends, they said like, I don't know why."
Yeah.
Imagine like you didn't say that, and then this goes up, and everybody like, "Nah, man, are you trending?" Because they're like, they only take that little clip,
right,
and they just run with it. You gotta be careful with what you say now. And it's bad.
It's sad, but that's why you seen the Dave Chappelle stand up.
He's the only, but that's the thing.
Classic.
You talking about the new one?
The new
he's
one.
The only, but he's been doing that because imagine you got Kevin Hart that's been trying to talk about stuff like that. He can't do it. He's the only person that can do it.
You know why? Because Dave Chappelle.
I just think he just don't care, and he's being real.
Yeah, he's being real, and honestly, someone was like, "You can't cancel Dave Chappelle."
Nah.
You know what I mean? Us, the white folk, everybody loved Dave Chappelle. Yeah. Like, even when I don't know if you seen
I seen all of them.
You seen like the Q&A?
No, I didn't see the Q&A, but I seen like
in the because in the Q&A when he was talking about how like a transsexual was laughing at all his jokes. And then he was like, "Man, I gotta say the transsexual jokes too." When he said it, it was a he. I think he turned to she. So I'm gonna say she. You know, my wife, she always tried to get on me anyway, but she was laughing. You know, she was laughing and stuff even harder. And then like he said after the thing, like he seen her at the bar. They had some drinks, and she was just like he was like, I think he said, "I'm sorry if I offended you," and she was like, "Nah, like you pretty much." It's like
you talking about the joke he said about the car stuff.
No, yeah. And he was saying, she was saying that I feel normal. Cause come on now, like I feel like it comes to a point where you gotta be careful what you say, but then like
it's who say it too.
Yeah, but it be like too like. Especially the transgenders and the crib and all them, like they kind of want to, they still want to feel normal. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's just like, for me, it's like Dave Chappelle is someone he's finally bringing something to light what people was afraid of is that you can't hate someone because they feel different. They have their own opinion. Yeah. Like for me, my wife and a few other people, like we have our differences in a respectful way. Yeah. You know. But it's like nowadays, like people being so sensitive, you can say one thing, you're like, "Oh, you this or you that or whatever." I'm like, but bro, like I just said what I had to say.
Yeah, of course. And people, But Dave Chappelle is like, I watched the whole thing and I was like, man, like, he's the only person that can sit there. He'll say something about white people and the white people, they'll laugh. Yeah. But like, when I be watching, like, I was watching Donald Rollins and he be with, Dave Chappelle too. And I be like, he said something about white people and I'm like, yo, like, you're doing a little too much. Only Dave Chappelle could talk about white people like that. So I don't know, man.
I think Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, the Eddie Murphys of the world, the George Lopez, of course, R.P. Bernie Mac, Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, Cedric Entertainment. I could go on like Cedric. It's a few of them. Seinfeld. It's a few of them that could touch on serious issues like that because one, they trained themselves to be like, all right, I'm still gonna be real, but at the same time, I'm gonna be funny and stuff like that. Like, I just don't want the art of comedian, the comedy of
I don't want it to die.
We need that, especially right now. We need that,
because it's like, man, like I was watching Dave Chappelle old stuff, and I was like, man, he's been like, it's not like he never changed. He was
he always been the same way.
He's been the same way, and I'm like. I don't know what is it about him that is a comedian. Like, if you tell Kevin Hart to say the same joke, he gonna be trending.
The thing with Kevin Hart though, everybody have their own different lane. Like Kevin Hart, he's more the person where he talks about, you know, marriage. He talks about his
family.
kids. He talks about, you know, his friends and real